Hi there. If you've ever played Overwatch before, you've probably been told, yeah, you got to hold the right angle, or got to hold an off angle. Practice your off angles, do your angles, all that sort of stuff. I'm sure you've been very confused as to what the hell that actually means. Well, today we're going to make it much easier. Hope you enjoy learning about the right timing to go with it and the right way to take a good angle in your fights. Enjoy.
Yeah, I'm a decent hit scan player, I would say.
Huh?
I mean, I play in this lobby. I will play Ashe, Widow, Cass.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I used to be a Genji main
Right.
Overwatch 1.
So I'm glad
But
we
that's
actually
about it.
attempted to go for the early setup, which is fine. I think the only thing that's irking me is just... I mean, I don't mind you not hitting shots. Okay, when you're going to stand in the open like this, right?
Yeah,
You're basically like telling the enemy that you have much more confidence in like actually hitting those shots, especially because, you know, you will be having a pocket and all that. But the main thing
Yeah.
you have to understand is that like if you're not sure of the sight line that you've taken, so I'm just going to try and draw this properly. So sight line and then sight line, and obviously tank is downstairs here because you can hear him. But like the main thing you have to think about is that like, you know, what is the enemy going to do based on your position, and what are you going to do based on their position? And your only option here, if you goof it, right, is to fall down, right?
correct.
But the big problem here is that if you fall down, you will still catch a residual, like, project, especially from Hanzo. Like, you might even catch an extra arrow on the way down and just die immediately, right? So your big problem with taking this is that if you don't actually prep for it in advance, so I'm just going to just go back, right? And I want to just go back to when you threw the dynamite over the wall. Because this is the most important thing, is when you actually go up on here and you actually do this, right? You go to start up this play, and because there was no setup for it in advance, this is actually a really good dynamite, right? You're looking at like opportunities to cut off enemies' ability to shoot you using dynamite, or at the very least putting yourself in a good leg up position to actually, you know, kill them instantly, especially with a mercy pocket, right?
Yeah.
So the big thing is that when you've actually like done that and you've taken this area, the big problem that you're going to run into after that is what? Can you think?
Keeping it.
Well, keeping it is one way, but what happens when you're standing out in the open here and they're not dead?
I'm just gonna get shot out in the open.
They're just going to know. Yeah, they're going to know that you're there, and they're just going to start pot shotting you on that angle.
Yeah.
And for someone like Hanzo, yeah, it's a little bit of a risk, but for someone like Mei, who is beefy enough to not give a toss, is going to start peppering you with icicles from that range. No issue at all. And if they catch you on there, it's just going to get worse.
Yeah.
So you have to make this plan earlier. So like you either lob that dynamite over the wall and then make your engagement, or you don't give your position away on the way up, because you actually shoot through. Oops, you actually like shoot through here to try and be cheeky, but you're way out of fall off range, so it doesn't even matter, right?
It's true.
It doesn't give you anything. The people think there's actually a worth to this, but there's not. There's absolutely nothing. You want to get into a position and then just like get a good first step into this fight by surprising somebody. You ain't doing that at all here.
Yeah.
Right? See, so Hanzo, gets a hit on you. If both Hanzo and Mei actually stepped out at the same time and took that shot, you'd be good as dead. Nice kill.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's good to know your aim is still intact, which is good.
It's a work in progress.
Work in progress. I do like works in progress. I don't like that we're out of like that safety range again, but you know, it's where we're at. The other thing as well is that you have a Roadhog, right? And if Morga's not charging, he is a free target for that Roadhog hook. Especially if he gets pulled around a corner. Like if everyone just bulldozes him at the same time, that's a free kill. But
he's pretty much that,
yeah, you got to bounce off like what your teammates are doing. Like I like the off angle, don't get me wrong, but you're not engaging at the same time your team is. Because like let's go back. Like you're literally taking this angle. Roadhog's already made his play, and now everyone's behind the door.
Yeah.
And nothing.
Yeah, me and Mike are just not doing anything.
It would be nice if you could, like, you know, go for the big yeetus and just like chuck your dynamite all the way down the end there, but that's not a timing you can really work with. But you know, the pressure's good. It's just like you're not going to get any actual, like, we're not just talking about good here. We're trying to talk about big things, like big changing, game changing plays, right? And like the pressure is great. It's probably your best feature at this point, right? But if you wanted to just outright kill those people there, you'd have to have had a better setup. Because like just idling and just doing enough is not good enough, right?
Well, what would be a good setup in that situation?
All right, so I was just about to go back for it, which is good. I'm glad we're asking these questions. So here's the big thing, all right? When you're actually like going to do this, you have to actually keep an eye for when Roadhog goes for his play. Now he goes a bit earlier than you would like, which is unfortunate. But the main thing is that like you're trying to aim for it so that if you know that he's going to take that peek around the corner and that like and their this is a really awkward angle to do this, but like their like attention is this way. And then you peek around this corner and start shooting them while they're out like that. That's an angle that they're not using because they're trying to like hide behind these places, and that leaves them open to you from this side, right?
Yeah.
That's the sort of thing you got to look for. Is like, okay, is he about to engage? All right, here we go. I'm going to peep out and do my thing, right? Yeah. So you peek out after he's already hidden. If you wait a little bit, and then he goes and does the play. Like the weird thing is obviously like Morgan just decides, fuck this, I'm going for it, which is fine. That gives you the advantage because that runs out, he gets put to sleep, and then everyone starts bulldozing him, and that's peak for you, right? Because then he gets dynamite, you get some shots on, Echo starts lasering, like he's fucked. Good as fuck.
He's pretty much that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that puts them all on the back foot. No one else has been healed because everyone's trying to like deal with that. So May's on half.
Yeah.
And then you come out around the corner, and then he has to spend that, and then everyone's in trouble again, right? We lost Ice Block, we lost Thing, like that's fine. If you do that at the same time as Red Dog goes for that engage, this happens much faster, because the main thing is that like a good tank wouldn't do what Morgan did, right?
Yeah.
Morgan wouldn't just charge out into that for no reason at all, and that's like the big thing. It's like he's stuck there and dead, and that's a boon for you, but that's not exactly how that's supposed to work, right?
Yeah.
That's
so it's like, more the timing.
Yeah, it's definitely always about timing, because I mean, have you play Valorant before?
Yes.
If two people like peek out around the corner on separate sides, it's too hard for one person to literally zigzag from one side to the other, right?
Yeah.
The same thing applies to Overwatch, but it's more about just burst cooldowns. Two people come out from opposite sides and lay everything down into the same place in the middle, then yeah, it's going to be good. But so you get this. Sure. You should know as well by now, they have these ults, right?
Yeah.
Those ults go off, you're like stuck away from it, which is fine. You hear another ult go off, which is Widow ult. And then, because Morgan's stuck on his own, and Roadhog blows everything to knock him out of it, they try to blow Lucio ult to make up for it, and he dies, right? Now, what do you do here? Truthfully,
I should probably just get a better position because they know I'm here.
I'm gonna tell you the best piece of advice that you're ever gonna hear that you're not gonna believe. You ready?
Okay.
The correct play here is to do nothing.
Yeah. Okay. Fair
because 2 reasons. 1, you have no health, right? 2, they have a lot of health, like a lot. A lot. And the best part is the only thing that's going to kill anyone at this point is gravity, right? And who is the only person who is capable of making gravity work right now? Your tank, right?
Yeah.
So if anyone's going to get dunked anywhere, it's going to be because of like Roto with him being healed from the opposite side, right? That's the only thing that's going to work. You got to give it a sec and wait until the time is right and then go for it. Why would you ever consider like trying to keep re-peeking out and so on and so forth? Like you can literally just wait at the furthest range because you get another pick, right? Another pick.
Yeah.
The ults are still running out, right? The ult has just ended. So this is the best part, right? This is the part that really irks me, is that you have absolutely no reason to do this, but you do it. You know that the ulti has come off, right?
Yeah.
There are people that are next to you still doing the work and fighting and so on, and for some reason you go up on the same angle that you were at. Like they knew you were there. That's where the last camp. So if I'm, let's pretend I'm the enemy Widow again, right?
Yeah, actually I would like to see that.
Okay, so as this is ending, I just need to get a really slow motion here. Okay, so go to 0.5 for a sec. So I need to wait for the timer to end. Now I just want to. Okay, now this is about to end, and they've just come out of Thingo so they can see your silhouettes on the side, right?
They're 100% away.
Yeah, so they know. Now, if you're a decent Widow player, which, this is Masters, I expect there to be something, because usually almost anyone that plays Widow at this rank knows what they're doing, right? At least as Widow.
Yeah.
Most of them are terrible, but like the obvious point is that they know two things about Widow. One, they know how to shoot. And two, they know where an enemy was at the end of their sight. Right?
Yeah.
So he knows this is you.
I'm around there, yeah.
This is your immediate vicinity for where he can pick up from. He knows that you're going to be aggressive because it's ended. He probably knows you would have countered it, right?
Yeah.
Number one play that he can make, and this is exactly what he's going to do, is he's going to fall back 3 steps, and he's going to look for you. And there you are.
Fair enough.
It doesn't mean a whole lot, but he knows that on that angle you're there somewhere. And even if he happens to hear it, even worse for you, right? But he's expecting those angles to happen. If you wait and he gets more nervous and you keep like racking up more picks, then you start thinking about it. Like if you, in this case, right, when you're waiting here, if you just get the heal and then just go up onto here, or like over around here and start looking for that real like back angle. Because like we were doing it on Ashe. Why can't we do it on Widow? This is the map for it, right?
Yeah.
What's gonna make this worse for you?
I'm doing what I did.
If you make it so obvious that like, you know, a 5-year-old could shoot you out of the air, then sure. But that's where you're at. You're dead.
Yeah.
You're good as dead. And that doesn't give you like a whole lot of confidence for your next attempt, right? Because unless like massive frags start happening, you are once again at the mercy of being res, no pun intended. But that's the sad state of it, right? Like if you're like relying on that res as a trading cooldown, how does that help you? Oh, you saw it. That's all right. But gravity's taken over again. Oh, you waited and it took too long.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you'll be very disappointed. I'm gonna start hitting shots later on again.
Look, life's full of disappointments, my friend, but I would rather you like hold the right position and miss your shot rather than miss your shot, jump into a silly positioning and get moited. Now, what I want you to be able to do is I want you to...
Yeah, don't worry, there's more.
I want you to be in a position, right, where you are pressuring out like so hard that it's impossible for them to take that, to take a play without like things getting worse for them, right? So like, you know, you got your cutted angles on this side, which I'm trying to get my pen for. Like you got your cutted angles on this side, so you can try and like point through there. But if you wait here, this is not a bad spot, but your problem is you're at the mercy of 2 separate sides, right? And if you're playing for 50-50, you don't have cover, then you're mildly screwed. So you should be using this car and using that to like watch your thing, because you know they're going to have to try and stall the payload, right? You know.
Yeah.
So we should be waiting for someone to have like to peek out or to make a play on either side of this rock. You don't have to like heavily flick for it. You don't have to micro correct, right?
Yeah.
If you're looking on this side, and then you worry about the flick when you go this side. But you should be just micro correcting this area, and then just hard flicking when they go out to the side. But because you try a little bit too hard to course correct back into position with movement, you have no reason to do it because now you're in the open. And then, lucky for us, you both miss, which is sad.
Oh, we miss a lot.
Oh boy, here we go. But, I mean, look, you're in the heat of the moment, but they have to worry about the point. So you could just stand behind there and just dance. Like you could literally do the Irish jig for like a good hour while your teammates just bulldoze the Widow on the point, because who cares?